Ich war kein Thief, Footballcast, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up and actual desire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. We just got some three musketeers today. The fourth musketeer is teaching the class right now, so you just got us today, but it's more than enough to be able to cover this episode. So today we just got some stuff about official visits, and we'll talk about a sports, I would say a sports magazine or whatever that has USC at a weird spot, but it is what it is. But yeah, we'll talk about it, but let's go ahead and get the guys in here. So we have Guns in the middle, so he's not in the bottom right corner. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good. Fight on, boys.
All right, and then to the far right, we got Mr. Raul Flores. How's it going, Raul?
Fight on. Good. And yourself? How's everybody?
It's going well. I took a half day for work because I'm going to be going on. I'm going to go camping this weekend. So
I thought you were too busy shipping orders. I was like, oh man, we got you that busy, huh?
I wish I was that busy to be shipping that many orders, but okay. So Kristen's already here, so we can start. Let's go ahead and get this started. So we're going to be talking about some official visits, and apparently USC is going to finish 9th in the Big Ten, so in the middle of the pack at this point. But we'll talk about that here and there. But go ahead in the comments down below or in the chat. Let us know how you guys are doing this fine Wednesday night. And but yeah, so let's go ahead and let's just jump right into it. So I changed it up. This is official visits with Guns because we official visit season. So go ahead and give us the lowdown. Let me go ahead and get the slideshow going real quick.
Yeah. So while he puts it up, not a big weekend in terms of numbers, but I mean it's a high priority kid. That will be their one uncommitted kid, and we start off with him, Luke Waffle out of New Jersey, 4-star edge. He is somebody that's kind of just risen in the rankings this past offseason, and somebody that we're highly on. Definitely need to still catch up some ground. I'd say we're in that middle category, kind of like I was talking about last week. Penn State, I would say, is the leader, but he's visited Ohio State, he's visited Florida. And he will be visiting Texas after this one. So big time visit for him. He'll be around all of our commits. So excited for him to get on campus. Another one here is Jonas Williams, our 4-star QB commit out of Illinois. I mean, he's a stud. I think he's underrated. Could be biased, but I think he deserves that 5th star. Just when you see his tape, I mean, dual threat, can sling it, can run it. Could be due to the last name, but he really does remind me of Caleb Williams. So excited that we have his commitment. Next one here is Deshaun Rideau out of Oaks Christian, LA. 4-star running back, stud, speedster. He's got some power to him as well, so don't underestimate that. But this is a big time get that we got back in I think April-ish. So excited that we have him for his official visit. Next one is 4-star edge Braden Jones out of Illinois. He's somebody that committed, I want to say last year, if I'm not mistaken, in 24. And he's just been solid since. Haven't heard much about him in terms of visiting other schools. He's really been committed with the new policy, even before Chad Bowden became our GM. So shout outs to him.
Yeah, I like the fact that it was kind of made me nervous the fact that he was a little
Right.
quiet, but then, but since the new regime came around, he hasn't faltered on his commitment to USC and
Absolutely.
for Deshaun Rideau. Like, how can you back off that? Because his good friend Juju Watkins goes to USC, so he has to go to school with her, so which is great. So, but yeah,
Absolutely. All right, next guy here is a stud. He's been on this podcast before. Isan Tafa out of Draper, Utah, Corner Canyon, 4-star interior lineman, stud. I mean, he's very good at what he does. Obviously, in terms of the offensive lineman. Excited to get him on campus. He's already in Los Angeles right now, he'll be on for his OB, and I just realized,
Yes. I apologize, Luke. This is Luke Weaver. I did not change the name.
Luke Weaver, a.k.a. Samote, we'll call him today. But in all seriousness, from Sherman Oaks, California, 4-star wide receiver. Very underrated kid. Somebody that we got onto him, and it was quick. He visited, offered him, and probably a week or two later he commits. He's a stud, very underrated. He's got some things obviously like everyone can work on, but you watch some of his clips and don't mean to call out our own guy B-Lock, but there was a play against B-Lock and he looked pretty good against B-Lock. B-Lock's legit, obviously, right? So I think that was a good kind of stepping stone for us fans to realize that this guy is legit.
Hey, before you go to the next slide, happy birthday to Isan. He just turned 17, guys. For those of you guys that don't know, he just turned 17. The guy's already in a man body.
Exactly.
The guy's big already, so I can't wait for him to be on campus. But happy birthday to you, Isan. Hope you had a good time, man.
That's crazy. I'm nervous for this next slide. I hope it's correct.
It is correct. Yes. So our one of our first commits, I believe our first one, if I'm not mistaken, Tron Baker, now out of Sierra Canyon, route runner, stud. Speedster. He just burned his cleats, like a month ago. He's probably got new cleats by now. But somebody that's just been solid from the get-go. He's been on this podcast as well. Had the chance to play him on CAA. So, excited for him to get on campus this weekend and enjoy his OB.
Yeah, Tron, if you need to run it back on College Football 26.
Absolutely. And then Taylor Johnson. This is from Cajun, San Bernardino, California. I mean, this guy is a tackling machine. I don't care in terms of what tier of high school football he's playing. He had like 170 something tackles this past year. That is legit. I mean, you don't hear that much in from other linebackers, I don't think. So this guy is old school. Is physical, and I definitely see why Rob Ryan went after him and got him to commit.
Yeah. He's technically a 3-star, but I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a 4-star by the end of this. So that's why I left
absolutely
the star there. I'll just go with that.
No, I like it.
That's it, right? Yeah, that's all I have for the slides. So.
Yeah, that's it. Again, guys, that's really the small OV list. But again, pretty much a lot of our kids are committed anyway, so that's kind of what we're expecting in terms of.
That's good. So we're gonna put the full court press on those that are uncommitted yet, like Luke Waffle. Who else is the other one?
Yeah, Luke is the only one for this weekend.
Luke is the only one that's uncommitted. So full court press to Luke, and hopefully he joins.
Exactly.
He's from Jersey.
If we can get him on, that'd be great.
Yeah, is it Porter Gustin from out there, from New Jersey?
Brian Cushing.
There you go. So Cushing's the one that I'm thinking about.
Exactly.
I wonder if we'll have Brian Cushing on back for his official visit. That'd be good.
Right.
They kind of have like
New Jersey blood on campus with them, yes.
So who's our top competition for Waffle right now?
Penn State
Yeah, I'd say Penn State and Ohio State.
So it's between.
Pretty close. And
it'll be between us three then.
He has a brother that goes to Penn State as well, doesn't he?
Correct. Yes. So that's I would say that's why they're the leader, the family kind of history connection.
Yeah, and they're I think he lives fairly close to Penn State because they're like right next to each other, aren't they? Like New Jersey.
Or is he Pennsylvania? Yeah, but
yeah, they're right there. Yeah,
makes a difference for sure. But you know, with our coaching staff, with Coach Henny brings to the table, I don't think not every school could offer that.
Who's his lead recruit? Is it Henny or is it Nua?
I'm sure it'll be both, man. You're in practice, you'll be able to learn from both. But I'm just saying, just in general, what Coach Henny brings to the table, I'm sure Coach Nua learns a thing or two from Henny and vice versa, right? So,
both of them went out there and visited them when they were able to back in May. So they're both are definitely going full court press, and so hopefully we can get it done. Obviously, NIL will be there. You know, that's no question anymore. So just making sure that he feels welcome.
Yeah, and so why do you think that this recruiting or this official visit group is so small? Do you think there's a specific reason for that, or what's going on?
I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, maybe the reason is because they wanted majority of everyone for next weekend. You know, that's kind of the big bash one.
Is that bigger than the one that we just had?
No, the 20th, the one for the 20th. I think that's the big one. So I mean, other than that, I don't see any other reason from what I've been hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to question BC before if they step out or not, but Brent or no, it's not Brent. It's
Brown QT.
Brown Cutie, maybe, I don't know. So
you ship to London.
You ship to London, Black Chan.
I want to buy some of your change. Do you ship to London? I mean, I could try. I've never shipped to London, so I'll definitely just go ahead and put in an order and don't do the purchase process, and I'll look at the address and see what I can do for that. And but yeah, definitely just don't fill out the actual the payment plan for it, and then I'll look into it and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah,
or the other way they can do it, not to get too far off topic, but they can send you the payment like through Cash App, PayPal, or whatever, and then you just send it to them and ask them how much it'll cost to ship it with UPS or FedEx, Lucky Chan. So you should be able to.
Where can you get the order link? Give me 1 second here. If you follow me on Twitter, it's linked on my profile, so you should be able to see it there. But maybe I'll just go ahead and put it also in the chat. Maybe you could just copy and paste it from there. But
and then Kristen, hey, your Padres beat the crap out of the Dodgers yesterday, so let me get back on your good side, man.
Hey, we punted that game. Who won the series, though? Who won the series? All right, you know what I'm saying?
Don't they play today?
Yeah, we already played 110.
They won already? The Dodgers won?
Yeah, 5-2. Yeah, 5-2.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
There's a link in the chat, so let me know if you could just copy and paste that, and I'll look at it afterwards. But yeah, appreciate it.
So, taking it back into topic of recruiting, where do you put our chances against that we can get Luke Waffle?
Chances?
So
I'm not gonna say 50-50.
I'm gonna put a whopping 0.5.
Yeah, no. I put him in the middle 0.5 category, so I'm saying like 50%. There's a 50% chance we can get him. I mean, You never know with New Jersey, and then the travel that could be a factor, even though we haven't heard that yet. There's always times at the last minute we hear, oh, travel is going to be a factor. There's a chance, right? He's taking his OV. He's got to feel welcome. He's got to feel loved. Got to feel, like he's wanted.
Yeah. And I feel like if he wasn't interested, I don't think he would be taking the official visit. And plus, I don't think Chad Bowden would allow someone to really come take an official visit if we weren't a serious contender. I don't think Chad is just here just to have people take a quick little vacation to USC if we don't feel like we're in the mix for him.
Exactly.
All right. Shout out to Kristen for both the $5 and the $2 dono. He says, "Go Padres!" # keep the faith. And of course, our fellow, the fourth musketeer, B Jones. He says, "What's up, Trojan family?" He's off teaching people how to be safe with weapons. So hopefully, he's doing a good job because. Definitely need more people out there to definitely wield those weapons.
Definitely.
But yeah, and any other questions in the chat about the official visits? Let us know, and but we'll go ahead. We can always circle back to that after this. But let's go ahead and talk about. Let me move this here. And we'll talk about what Athlon Sports has for USC, how they're going to finish this season. Like it's what they said we're going to finish as, right? Or is it what they project?
Yeah, those are projections. Those are the projections that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they think that USC is going to be in the middle of the pack. So what do you guys think of that? Because there's 18 teams in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, I can share my screen real quick so everyone sees the snapshot. So there it is. Yeah, so obviously they got Penn State over Ohio State in championship, Oregon. Yeah, so they got us 9th. So, Nebraska's above us, Iowa's above us. Illinois, with that. Indiana, I'm a little questionable with Indiana.
Can you zoom in, Guns, or no?
I don't think so. Let me see. No, I don't think.
Oh, no wonder no one could hear me. I was on a freaking different microphone.
I don't think so.
But those rankings, those projections are, I don't know, man. They're terrible in my opinion.
So Indiana ahead of us. They lost their offensive coordinator, so I'm not sure about that. And they had a lot of people.
New quarterback too.
I understand Illinois because they're fairly like veterans or whatever. Iowa, they just love Iowa for some reason just because they play defense all the time. And Nebraska, I don't get that. I don't get Nebraska. They just lost their defensive coordinator. Sure, they have
questions on defense.
Yeah, sure they have their quarterback back, but so do we, and we don't have questions on the defensive coaching side. So that makes no sense. Michigan, I think it's just a name at this point, and the fact that they got the number 1 overall player in the 2025 class. It's interesting to see that Penn State's over Ohio State. I'm assuming that's because of the quarterback situation.
I would say that just the new DC. Pretty much the whole team's back. The 2 running backs.
Yeah, they did lose their offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly. So they're breaking it.
Ohio State, exactly, yeah. So, there is a lot of turnover in Ohio State.
They're giving Drew Allard way too much credit.
Well, you gave him too much credit
that was like 2 years ago, I want to say.
I think Michigan's getting a lot of credit.
The thing about it is I don't blame him for giving Drew Allard credit because he's the most experienced quarterback in the Big Ten. So... like experience, you should be better. So this is all just predictions. So I don't mind them predicting that. And as much as I don't want to say it, like I understand why they have Oregon up there because of just they love duck, I guess, but I don't know. But the one that like Indiana kind of throws me off, and Iowa still throws me off. Same with
But
Nebraska.
even
I think
Illinois, I feel like Illinois, they had a good team, good season last year, but their schedule was pretty weak.
yeah, but
Yeah.
And so
I think we should at least be top 5, regardless.
I would put us at least top 5 minimum.
Yeah,
That's just me. I mean, but that's
But
all right. Like I said, let the nation underestimate this team this year.
see, it's not even the nation. This is just Athlon. Who really cares about Athlon, really?
But it's really just the entire nation is really underestimating USC. They really think that we're going to see a repeat of last year, which I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah,
Like just to go back to what Lincoln Riley said, we were one play away. We were one play away. He wasn't technically wrong. We could have won the majority of those games for the most part that we ended up losing last year. And our defense took a big step forward. And, they're just underestimating what this team is capable of doing, in my opinion.
yeah. It still feels like they still see us as an Alex Grinch run team at this point. At least our defense. There are people that do realize that it's not anymore, but the casual Big Ten or just the casual fans still see us as that kind of defense. So it's just that's all they're going to say at this point is that, oh, you guys can't play defense, but they're stuck in 2022 at this point.
Absolutely. And Kristen brings up a good point. I mean, they had a wide receiver group 5, quarterback 10, D lineman 10. So, like going to your point about Alex Grinch led defense. I mean that's disrespectful to the D line.
Wait,
Linebacker 15. I mean,
out of the Big Ten.
Correct. Yep. Just Big Ten. Yep. Exactly. So, yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I was at top 3 at the very least.
D line for sure.
D line for me.
D line. I was like, you just moved up 2 from last time, but no, yeah, it's the fact that you have seen the defensive line. They haven't. Of course, they're still thinking about what happened last year and everything. So no one's. It's going to be a shock to everyone's system when they see our defense and how well they perform at this point. So,
Absolutely.
Sure, these are just predictions, and who cares about them right now? We just all we got to worry about is just how we perform, and that's all that they can really control at this point. We can't control what people still continue to think how we are.
Yeah. All I know is the season can't come sooner, man. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah.
How many days are we out? 80 or
80 days? I
It's
think?
yeah.
Let's check with what Rusty said because he's been tweeting every day about how many days we have left. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's crazy that it's almost here. Like we're just a few months away.
Yeah, I'm excited. Really am.
And I'm excited for the season, but I was really excited about the opener last year, man. I wish we could play in Vegas every year for the opener.
Yeah,
That's a good time.
I kind of want to be able to relax on a what is it called on a opening day because that was a little stressful for me.
Hey, I have a question for you guys in the chat because it was a topic within our group chat that we have. But how tall do you guys think I am? Come on, I am a Mexican American, but what do you guys think how tall I am? Because apparently they thought I was a certain height.
I don't know. All right, let's see what the
Look, all I'm gonna say is I just thought you were gonna be shorter than me. Okay, you're kind of the same height as me, so that's all, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
Also, if you guys are on YouTube right now, we do have a poll going up right now saying should USC have alternative jerseys? And right now it's a 50-50 split out of 12 votes. Of course, 50-50 right now. So 12 votes, 6 of them yes, and 6 no. So go ahead and get that vote in.
Crystal said 5-4. Wow.
Damn, that. Wow.
And then,
Dude, I
hey,
wasn't
Spencer-
expecting that, dude. Okay.
Hold on.
So
and
wait,
then Spencer.
Who do you think is taller?
Jeff said 410, dude. Wow, dude.
Who do you think is taller, me or Raul? That's the question.
And then to answer your question, Spencer, USC apparently canceled his official visit, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have a visit scheduled with us.
Yeah, we've moved on from Spafford. We're mainly focusing on Jalen Lott and
Booby Feaster.
Bowie Feaster. So those are the 2 wide receivers that we're hoping to get. Just we're trying to get one right now, or would we take both?
We get one, yeah.
So wait, Brian.
Now,
Are
Brian
you
Jenkins,
saying 6'4" for Raul or me? Which one is that?
6'4" is tall though. I'm not 6'4". I'll just say that. Not
I wish I was
6'4" though.
6'4". Are you talking about B Jones then?
No, I'm not telling them B Jones, as you guys know.
Well, I'm saying the 6'4" for B Jones, from what Brian Jenkins is saying. But let's.
I'm not gonna tangent, but I did think B Jones is gonna be a little taller. I knew he was obviously gonna be big. But...
Raul, a kicker, and 6'4" can't be. That's good. But
man, you guys really think I'm 5'4"?
So Brown Cutie says, which freshman do you think will have the biggest impact this year?
What? Jakeem.
Yeah, I think it's Jakeem. I think that's
a given. You think it's Jakeem?
Yeah, I
given?
I'm telling you guys, he's ready. I don't care if he reclassified. He's ready. Like
I think he's gonna
a different animal, man.
As
But
a freshman.
I don't want to keep you guys. I don't want to keep the suspension too long, but I'm 5'7".
If he's 5'7", then I'm 5'5".
You're 6 foot, right? 5'11",
I'm like 6 foot, 6'1",
Yeah.
something like that.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was on the same thought with Gus Cordova for the freshman that might make a bigger impact, but it definitely helps Jakeem, the fact that he got to go through spring and he's been working out with Aaron Donald. So it's crazy because we've been seeing a lot more people training with Aaron Donald, mainly just like NFL players, but Jakeem is the only one that we've seen so far, like out of high school or like a freshman in college, and I don't think anyone else besides the USC players are going to be working out with him out of college wise. But it's crazy.
Gus Cordova could be one, but it's a stacked room on that defensive end line. That
especially
I don't know. I mean, he can put, but I'm saying the biggest impact I definitely think is going to be Jakeem. He's already there practicing. He was an early enrollee. He's been practicing with the team, knowing the playbook. So that's my pick as like the most impactful freshman in my opinion.
And by the way, I'm 5'9". So.
Yeah, I'm like 6 foot, 6'1".
I wish I was 6 foot at least. But Guns, how tall are you, Guns?
Like I'd say 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot. Me and Ro are pretty much the same. I'd say maybe Ro's a little taller.
And then B Jones was 6'4", or B Jones is 6'2", right?
I like 6'2".
6'2". Yeah, I'm definitely the shortest one out of the active Light the Torch podcast crew. We do have the special guests who are a special height.
Hey, Kristen, you better not let me be taller than you. That's all I'm gonna say. Calling me 5'4". And
who?
A kicker.
Kristen, how tall are you, Kristen? Now this is all talking about height now.
But
right now, Yes.
There he is. I was waiting for Ken.
Oh, there's Ken.
Oh,
He's actually listening. That's funny. But let's see. So Brown Kitty says, now big question, and no one is discussing this about the new player payment pool. It's like 20.5 million. Why don't powerhouse schools like SC dedicate all of that to non-revenue sports and what?
And the NIL, the next one, the
And
NIL
the
take
NIL
care of
take care of
football.
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we just would you
Good
could you
question. I mean,
yeah could you answer that there, Brent, or I mean Guns? Could you answer that? Because I don't know if anyone can answer that.
yeah, an interesting question.
I mean, the answer,
makes
it's a simple question. It's a simple answer if you really think about it. It's just greedy. Stay
Right.
greedy. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I
Rich,
would
stay
think
rich, however you want to word it.
football is the most revenue growing sport in all colleges. So, to think you would push the money towards there makes sense. Like you're going to get your ROI back. Essentially. But again, right? Majority of our NIL is football related, right? So, but how long would that? How like what's the long-term success on that, right? Like, I mean, could we continue to get a lot of this NIL every year? It's a fascinating question, actually. It really is.
And they say, yeah, but this year NIL is taking care of football. Let that keep going and invest in non-revenue sports. Win-win. Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out moving forward after this year, because I think since it just became a thing for college football, I think, or at least college sports, we'll see how things play out afterwards.
Yeah, and then Jeff is also bringing up a good point. There is some restrictions now with NIL now with revenue sharing, right?
Well, they do have to report.
Anything over a certain number, yeah.
Yeah, so we can't just be throwing checks like Oregon does.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then staff should use the entire pot on the football team, then use revenue earned from each game towards other sports. Football does bring in the most revenue for, at least I would assume, USC and for a majority of the other schools, except for maybe like Duke. I bet Duke probably relies more on basketball than anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then maybe now baseball will get back to prominence. Hey, they had a good season this year. I'm proud of how they played this year, and hopefully, well, I could see women's basketball starts picking up for USC with how Juju has been representing USC, and now we're getting Jazzy next season, or this season. Is it this season?
We get her this season.
She's coming this season. Yep, this upcoming season.
Ken, we already know how that is. If you want to know, the 40 dash, Ken, you can go ahead and buy the become a member, and you can see that then.
Yeah, it was pretty close to his prediction.
So Jeff says football brings in close to 100 million a year.
Yeah.
And let's also mention that Talanoa Ely is actually going to be committing this Sunday on Father's Day at 2 p.m. So from what Raul has been telling us, that means something.
Hey, I was telling the guys here that if they wanted to commit to UCLA, they would have picked 4 o'clock. But he picked 2 for the fight on victory sign. So he's going to be a Trojan by 2:01 p.m. Sunday.
And since we have talked about some recruiting, I do have some other recruiting updates not related to the official visits, so we can kind of go into that real quick if we don't mind. So like we talked about a week or so ago about Peyton Houston visiting this month. He is on campus this week. So again, that is our 2027 QB target that we're going after. And yeah, we're getting that ball rolling and make sure we have a tight, close relationship. So that's great to see that he's on campus. Jake Johnson, our D lineman commit out of Texas. He will be in LA. He's in LA already, and pretty much he'll be on campus until his official visit, which is next weekend on the 20th. So he'll be in LA for 2 weeks. He's got some family out here. He's got some LA ties, so that's who he'll be staying with. But I think it's great to see that he's going to be around the school and around the players and whatnot for 2 weeks essentially. Kamari Brooks, an edge out of Georgia, he did cancel his official visit with us today. So again, we talked about remaining edge players. We talked about one of them, Luke Waffle. He is one of them. KJ Ford's the other one. The other guy we're going to mention, Trenton Henderson, he's still there. We're kind of fading with him right now from what we're hearing, but he just hasn't officially canceled his visit, right? So his official visit is next weekend on the 20th as well. He could still make it, and we can kind of get the ball rolling with that, but we'll see, and we'll keep you updated with Henderson. Roderick Tadino, wide receiver out of Louisiana, he's still in LA after his official visit this past weekend, so he's still hanging out, which is great to excuse me. And then Talanoa Illy Wright, again Sunday 2 p.m. be there on the 247 link. And then lastly, Jet Washington update. So it's down to 3 schools, right? Oregon, USC, and Bama. Some will say Bama's involved. Some will say it's an Oregon USC battle. I would say it's definitely a USC Oregon battle. We're hearing there's some smoke with Trojans right now, honestly. We'll see how this goes on. I think the longer he waits, the better for us, in my opinion. We'll see again what happens with this recruitment. NIL is not going to be an issue. Obviously, we have the highest offer from what we're hearing as well. And then from what we're also hearing is that he loved the visit more than Oregon. We'll see again what happens at the end of this. But let's just assume he does not go with USC. Look for Vincent Smith and Jamar Owens as the last safety options. Vincent Smith is from Illinois. He's actually a Northern Illinois commit, and it sounds like he'll definitely flip. I don't think he'll stick with the Northern Illinois college. And then Jamar Owens, he is Georgia, Douglas. He is teammates with James Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. There's definitely that connection there. We'll see, but the staff's going full throttle on Jet. So they're definitely the second option if Jet does decide a school not named USC. That's really it for our recruiting updates.
And then, so have a follow-up question with you, Gunn. So seems like the staff has really picked it up with Peyton Houston. So does that mean that, Ryder Lyons is more than likely officially an afterthought at this point with USC?
Yeah, I do think so. I think it's definitely an afterthought. We're going full court press essentially for Peyton. There's still that chance that he visits in the season. I just think that he is going to commit after his official visits this upcoming month, probably in July, maybe August is when we hear something about Ryder Lyons. But yeah, it's pretty much an Oregon BYU battle. Personally, my prediction is BYU. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I just think again there's family connections there. BYU can beat Oregon in terms of NIL as well. Don't sleep on their money. Some of their donors they got. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you were just talking about Ryder Lyons, right?
Yeah, Ryder and Payne, the dynamic, the connection.
It would be great to get Ryder. Like, dude is very athletic, and he's definitely kind of fits like the style that Lincoln Riley definitely love to have. He kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Baker Mayfield kind of player. He has that kind of swagger. He has the escapability. But if you have not seen Peyton Houston, definitely watch his tape. Dude can sling it. I know people really harp on his height or whatever. He's barely pushing like 6 foot from what at least a lot of sides are saying. But we'll see. Like he had Kyler, so.
Hey, and then some people have a late growth spurt, so don't be surprised if he ends up putting a couple inches this summer.
I thought I was going to have a late growth spurt, but I'm still 5'9".
Yeah, and the great thing about Peyton is he's got a great connection with our 26 target, Booby Feaster. Him and Peyton are good buddies. They've worked out together. And definitely Jakeem is close with Peyton as well, given Louisiana factor. Jakeem and Booby are good friends. So, I mean, like, there's definitely a connection and a reason why I think we're definitely going after Peyton to get some of these other guys, right? A Booby Feaster, some of the future 27 kids. There's some Louisiana kids that we're going after. So, there's some guys out there.
Jeff says they have loads of rich alumni. As long as it's legal, they will pay. So he's talking about BYU. Yeah.
BYU,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Your rider is the Lincoln style, but actually big. We get so many little guys. Longstreet doesn't look 6 foot when I saw him in person. You don't think so?
And now I'd have to agree. I don't think. Who knows? He may just be at 6 foot, but
how tall are you, Jeff?
Below that.
Let us know how tall you are. Well, how you said you're 6 foot, Raul, right?
Yeah.
Was he shorter than you then? You think?
I mean, I didn't get that close to him, so I could just potentially be around the same, but. Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
So Jeff, you're 6'3", and so he says Longstreet is really short. Hey, either way, he still can sling it, so I'm not worried about it. Short quarterbacks have proven to.
How tall was Caleb? Like 6'1"?
Yeah, 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1", yeah.
But as long as he has the frame to be able to take the punishment, then I think he should be fine. He's like, then again, you could have been looking at Kevin Longstreet.
That's true.
Exact same face. I'm fine. I'm just worried about his durability. He's not as thick. Pause.
He'll get there. I mean, he'll get there. He seems pretty athletic. So.
We can also talk about a little bit about our strength and conditioning coach, Coach True. People are saying that he's been he's bringing no digs to our previous strength and conditioning coach, but True is kind of pushing these guys to their limits, and I hear that he's definitely not. Or that he's really tough on these kids, which is good. So Jeff says Kevin and Hassan do look alike, but different hair.
Yeah. I think he'll put up some a good muscle mass too. He kind of reminds me of like a Russell Westbrook type. Like it's just his build. Hassan, he's pretty lean, cut up.
Yeah, and going back to True real quick. I mean, like you said, like I think you said it. They're wearing the same uniform, same clothes and everything. They're getting after it. A lot of people are. I don't think this is no disrespect to Benny. A lot of people are saying like they were sore. Like he's very. He's a perfectionist essentially, right? So like when they do warm-ups, I've heard like. The first day they didn't really get to the first day activity because they were so focused on the warm-up. Like someone would mess up and they would start all over, right? So he's like, he just like if someone messes up, you start from square one. So I think I love that. I think that builds culture. This This is definitely, we're seeing the gains already, I think, with this hire.
Yeah, if you're not following Rusty on Twitter, he's been posting some pictures about their workouts. So they definitely look like they've gained some more mass. So, and I'm sure that's going to definitely help out Gentry. So we definitely need him to get some more mass on him.
Yeah, Jeff brings up a good point, right? I mean, Kent State had they didn't really have crazy high star kids, right? Maybe they had a couple 4 stars, but mainly, right, 3 stars, 2 stars, right, and to monsters. Like Kent State was a physical team, good program, right? It's always going to give you that 8, 9 wins, maybe more on a good season, but
yeah,
I think this is somebody that can really get us to that next level that we want, and that's to finish games. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. We need to finish games because that's basically what was caused. That's why we had the 7-6 season. We just couldn't finish. We led going to the fourth quarter every single game except for Notre Dame. So that's definitely showing you exactly. We had maybe 2 guys or one guy that was over 300 pounds that played the whole season, and that was Kobe. So now we definitely have. Like 4 or 5 or 6. How many players do we have over 6?
I would say close to 10.
Like 8.
Yeah,
8 to 10, yeah. We have a lot.
So
I'm telling you, we're definitely not number 10 on that D-line list. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. They're sleeping.
So.
You know who I'm excited to see with Coach True? It's Gus Cordova, because he was going after it on his own, like in his home. So with the like a professional helping him like perfect every rep and just the diet part as well, guy's gonna be a monster as well.
All right. Is there anything else that we should touch on before we get out of here?
The jerseys or the helmet. I know that it was Rusty brought it up on one of his tweets, so I think that was a pretty cool thing to talk about right now. In terms of an alternative helmet for the road games, I think they were talking about it.
Right now, the alternative jerseys are winning. Right now, it's 21 out of 21 votes. 62% are saying yes, and 38% are saying no.
What do you guys think? For those in the chat, what are your reasonings on why we shouldn't? I know tradition is going to be probably the main reason. But why are you guys so against it?
The helmets, right?
Well, jerseys or helmets.
I'm fine with if they do the chrome helmets, but the jerseys I'm still kind of what Jeff's saying, the alt jerseys being black. I'm still weary about it, but I warmed up to the thought of it a little bit throughout the time, but I'm still kind of leaning to the point where we just got to keep the tradition going. There's very little tradition that's going on in college football. We got to keep something alive at this point. We're probably going to be losing Notre Dame. So I think we need to keep some kind of tradition going.
I just want to keep one alternative jersey and make it black. That's
why does that have to be black?
I just like it. I just like a black jersey. That's all I mean.
Like the only thing that makes me want to do all black is to have the blackout, which would be pretty cool. But we don't have the fan base that kind of really does that kind of stuff. Our fan base,
we'll get them. We'll get them there. We just have to win and keep winning, and eventually it'll get better.
So then, next year or 2 years from now, we should have those alternative jerseys, just not right now.
Yeah,
I'm for alternative jerseys. Like going to the last year Nebraska game, we had the throwback jersey. I like that. I think a black jersey for like a night game would be cool. I'm kind of a fan of the chrome helmets, but and might not make sense, but I kind of like it only for the white jerseys. With the cardinal and the chrome. I don't know. It just kind of doesn't really flow that well to me, but that would make sense to have like chrome helmet on the way, but then not have it at home. So, I'm all for it, to be honest, though. So,
I want them to bring back the throwback jerseys. I want that to come back.
like like something. Yeah, I wanted. Yeah, I think we should have throwback like every year, every once a year, right?
I mean,
Or
we
once a
can
game.
we can use those when we play Notre Dame, right? That'd be pretty cool. Like if both teams could potentially wear like throwback jerseys
That'd be
when
cool.
we play Notre Dame, that'd be pretty cool.
So HR picking stuff says, I'm a business owner. I think with profits in mind, 24/7. It's stupid to not sell your base alternative jerseys. Yeah. We can at least get alternate pants, white pants or cardinal pants. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Like, I'm more like, I would say 55% saying no, and then 45% saying 45% saying yes for new jerseys. So it's a lot different from where I was maybe a few years ago when it came to that. So because tradition's pretty much dying. I just don't want to schedule any FCS schools. Just keep that out.
And then just going back to the just jerseys and whatnot. I don't want it to get too crazy. It's just like very simple, like alternative jersey. Just to keep tradition going, right? Like one jersey or wearing that alternative jersey once a season. I don't think it'll disrupt tradition too much.
I mean,
once a season, you know.
If anything, I would say do it for maybe like of course, like the big games, like if for Michigan when they come to town, that would be, and I feel like it would have to be a night game to do the alternative jerseys.
Yeah, especially black. Yeah.
Yeah, I love night games. I'm telling you guys, I know why people complain that 7:30 start time.
Okay, so not every USC fan lives in California. Okay,
I get that, but it'll only be once in a while. I mean, 7:30 even. I mean, I'll be okay with like a 6:30 start time, because it won't be hot anymore at that point. When we start at noon or 1, it's too hot that the crowd is dead. I'm telling you, and I'm just talking off of experience last season. Half of the crowd wasn't in the damn stadium yet, and when they were there, it was dead because of the heat. People weren't moving, so we just have to, hopefully we can pick like a 6:30 start time. And I don't care. You're a California native, right? So I mean, California kid. So you gotta stick to the time zone, man.
West Virginia has color combos, and they mix and match their pants and jerseys. Blue on blur, white on white. It's cool what they do. Maybe we'll have to take a look. See, it would be kind of cool. I mean, I guess like if we knew we were going to have alternative jerseys, I would have maybe like a recruit show off those alternative jerseys, maybe like in a commitment video or just like some of their posts of what they when they're on an official visit. I think that would be pretty cool, but we'll see. I'm sure Lincoln Riley is kind of for it, and I bet what's his name or Chad Bowden would be for it as well. So
I know the recruits are for it for sure. They've been saying it that they like to have a alternative jersey, but
they're young. I'm an old head, or at least
get it, but we have to realize that the in general is changing as a whole. It's not the same anymore. There's no Pac-12, right? So like it's changing. So we have to adapt to an extent.
But see, adapting is not really like the jersey is not really considered adapting. Like I wouldn't like I don't know.
I mean, think about it. on some of these recruits on the official visits, like they throw on like a black jacket on. Like, why throw a black jacket on if we don't even really wear it, right? Like, even the other sports teams, like the basketball team, wears black jerseys now.
Yep. Baseball's
So,
got black jerseys. Yeah.
yeah,
Girls got
so-
the gold jerseys. I was gonna say yellow, but gold jerseys. Yeah, I mean, other sports are doing it. So.
like, I agree. I don't want to like. Go ahead.
See, like what Gemini says, Oregon can have those million colorways. That's the only thing that's going for them.
Oh, for sure. All I'm asking is for one alternative jersey, which is black. That's it.
But like all the alternative jerseys that I've seen of people posting of what could happen, it all either looks like not Oregon. It looks like CU, or it looks like Arizona State. Whenever I see those jerseys, I just picture those. It doesn't look like a USC kind of jersey. I want to see a good render that stands up, that looks different from other blackout jerseys, which I'm sure that's going to be kind of hard to do, but I don't know. It just seems like we're copying other teams now, and I'm sure a lot of fan bases are like, "Oh my God, look at them trying to look like Arizona State or CU." It's just if you can tag me in a good USC kind of alternative jersey, then maybe I'll think about it. But I mean nothing to the team, so it's not like they're going to listen to what I say. So Kristen says Rollo is right. A lot of kids fall in love with teams because of color combos and uniforms. It's like the number 55. No kid want high numbers no more. They want digits and numbers in the teens. Yeah, like the new number is 0 that everyone wants now. Everyone wants the 0 number.
I don't know why they want 0. I don't like 0.
Just a little. Yeah, I am. It's just like how I was raised is that tradition, everything. So, like, I'm not like what kids are growing up now these days with flashy new uniforms and having your Twitter handle on the back of your jersey. See you.
How old are you again, Blackie Chan? Because
I'll be 30.
Like if you're super old or anything, but
I'll be 36 this year. But most of my
36 is still kind of like. I mean, I understand the older folks, like they grew up watching all that, right? So I understand them. It's harder for them to like accept the whole change of uniform, but like I think one uniform alternative, not that doesn't disrupt tradition too much. You get me? It's just one.
Okay, chat. Let's put this out here for you guys. Who's the oldest that's in our chat right now? I need to know who's the oldest. So I'm gonna put you all out in class. Put your age in chat.
And I guess you guys don't have to say specific numbers, but you can say 60s and the 70s, 50s, 40s.
I want to War Room. Okay, War Room says 50. Jeff is 4. But see, Jeff likes the alternative look. So I guess if he I don't know. Let's see. The black Louisville uniforms are sick. They have an old English giant L on their pants.
44, 50 plus.
84. Wow.
84, really?
Really, HR?
Hell yeah, nice.
That's awesome.
Hey, I'll definitely take that first round on you then, HR, especially since you're a business owner. So no takebacks on that offer from a few episodes ago.
B. Jones is, I'm so sick of us trying to throw every LB in 55. Well, like, I remember when Xavier Griffin was committed to us, everyone wanted to put 55 on him. And, like, it's just, you have to actually earn that number. not just be given that number. You have to earn that number. Like, what if you flame out? Then that's not going to be good for 55. And 55 is sacred for the linebacker number, just like all the retired numbers that we have. Like, you have to earn that.
Yep, and that 55, I know that, especially because he's poly, but they're saying like, oh, Talanoa Ili could be the next 55. But I was telling Guns that he may not want to wear 55. He might want to stick to 58 because of his late uncle. Rest in peace. He would wear number 58 from what I've seen. So he might just want to stick to number 58 if he were to wear numbers in the 50s.
See, and I feel like 58 should be also earned jersey as well. Like, because Ray Maluga was probably probably one of the most memorable linebackers at USC in the most recent era. Like, either Ray Maluga or Brian Cushing, I would say, are probably the most memorable linebackers in the past 20 years for USC. Would you say so?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I dozed off here for a little bit. I was reading the comments.
I'm not that boring. Yeah.
No, I was reading the comments. Sorry.
So who's the most memorable linebacker in the past 20-25 years, Raul?
For me, that pops in my head. I'm gonna go with Ray Maluga.
I would say Ray Maluga or Brian Cushing.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've had a ton.
as
We've
well.
had a ton.
Yeah, Lofa is definitely easily an all-time great, but I'm just saying in the past 25. Well, Lofa was in the last. Or
I think Alex is that Jandro? I think it's Jandro, right? Alex.
Keith Rivers, yeah. Keith Rivers was
Keith Rivers is a good one too.
Definitely Keith Rivers. Let's see who else is everyone's. But
yeah, I figured it was you, Alex.
It's actually kind of nice that we have a huge demographic of different ages within that's in our chat right now. So that's
absolutely.
Hey, Walter Clark, if you're in the chat, since you said, I guess from everyone, it seems like you're the oldest. How, on a scale from 1 to 10, if you're not in favor of alternative jerseys, where does that number stand on your mind, in your opinion?
So right now, the votes are at 24. So 67% are saying yes, 33% are saying no, and no, I did not vote in this poll. So
I voted on this poll. I'm not gonna lie. So
you actually voted?
Yeah, I did. I voted on the poll. I hopped on there.
Of course. And the Holy Trinity is Brian Cushing, Ray Maluga, and Keith Rivers. I would say the whole Holy Trinity is probably Brian Cushing, Maluga, and Clay Matthews. They were on the Sports Illustrated magazine together. So I would say them, but Keith Rivers is if we would have 4, I would say at that point. Then that was definitely peak USC linebackers at that point with how because they all went within the first and second round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Holy Rectangle, yes. Would you even say Clay Matthews was a linebacker, or would he be an edge rusher at this point? If they would be in this day and age right now, would you say that they are an edge rusher for Brian or Clay Matthews?
He's probably an edge, right? That's what he ended up doing in the league, right?
Went off the edge most of the time. I never really saw him in the middle. But all right, is there any other questions you guys have about either the official visits or any of the recruits that we have committed to USC, or anything about the linebackers or the alternative jersey. Because if not, then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And Brown Cutie, I'll definitely be in contact with you about if I can ship out to London, and I'll see what I can do from there. And of course, Anthony James is now showing up. Where have you been, Anthony James?
But there he is. But yeah, for those in the chat, if you guys haven't noticed, but Blackie Chan is selling some chains, and we got to give Anthony James credit for that, for his new nickname, Blackie Chains.
Blackie Chains, yes. Anthony James was the first one to call me that, and that's when I changed my name to Blackie Chains. So, all right, cool. You can PayPal. All right, no worries. I'll definitely take a look into it. But
and then Walter Clark, yeah, I mean, I'm not mad if we don't. Like, I like our jersey, so if we don't ever get an alternative jersey, it's all right. I personally would like a black one myself, though.
all right, well, I think we're gonna call that a night, and we should be back on Sunday, and hopefully we have some great news with Talanoa Ely hopefully committing to USC. A lot of people are still saying that it's a USC, it's ours to lose at this point. So hopefully we have some good news. Be on the lookout for our for a video the moment that he commits to USC. But yeah.
Happy Father's Day for those that are fathers on Sunday. Before we probably won't have a show on Sunday, just as a heads up. I don't know if are you guys gonna be here, like Jen and Guns?
I'll be back from camping. Yes.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting. No disrespect to the fathers, but I was expecting a Sean. So we'll see, guys. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
because Rowe is a father, B. Jones is a father. Me and BC aren't. I'm a father of dogs, I guess you could say. But yeah.
And then happy birthday, Anthony James, and happy belated birthday, Brian Jenkins. That's what I think I saw that earlier. So
yes.
Happy Father's Day for everyone that is a father. And yeah, we might see you guys Sunday. We'll see.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, and keep the torch burning bright. And as always, fight on.
Right on.
You know.